Greetings from ISC West 2026. Happy to be joined by Jamie Perry. Greetings.
Great. Thanks for having me.
It's good to be with you.
You too.
Hearing a lot about outdated technology. Can you talk about that issue in today's environment? Why is that such a thing now?
Thinking about outdated technologies, they were designed decades ago. Specifically Prox and magstripe cards. People don't really realize there's no authentication. They're very insecure. There are tools out there now that can clone those credential types in seconds. And right now, it's an issue because, as we all know, technology is changing so substantially and so quickly. And when you think about a cell phone, you used a cell phone 20 years ago. Do you see any of those around today? We also need to look at that with our credential technology when we're talking about our most secure assets within our facilities.
So are you having to play like an education piece with some of these organizations? Are they fully aware of some of these risks?
Often no. They think because that technology still works that it's secure. But there's a big difference between functionality and security. And so focusing on that education piece of why there's a risk really can help companies to understand that there is a conversation that should be happening right now.
Jamie, give me an example of a real-world vulnerability that you're seeing.
Sure. About a decade ago, there was a very large retailer who used magstripe cards for their payment types. That got a breach, ended up costing them hundreds of millions of dollars in settlements and upgrades. Now, when you think about that to your access control technologies and your credentials, you could have that same thing occur.
And so these risks are known. Some organizations know about them. What's holding them back from upgrading and how are they thinking about modernization?
I think there's many things that hold them back. One being budget. Two, another concern would be around disruptions to their business. And then three, there's a big misconception that there's a full rip and replace needed when we think that there is a great approach that we can take in a phased as opposed to a single event. And so when we look at our multi-tech readers and our multi-tech credentials, you can even look at this as a multi-year occurrence. It doesn't have to be one specific, one budget at one point in time.
So Jamie, how is Schlage addressing these challenges and what role are mobile credentials playing in that transition?
Yeah, at Schlage we're really focusing on credential technologies that are interoperable along with our reader technologies. With our migration paths that we're suggesting, we also have our Schlage credential services that can help with this process. So our custom artwork helps align brand identity and security protocols. CardTrax helps with continuity and ease of ordering for our customers, but most importantly, our Schlage custom encryption keys creates that unique key for each specific customer, which allows them interoperability and not being stuck into one single path, which will then, of course, help with that phased approach. And when we're talking about mobile credentials, that's got that mutual authentication, encryption, and it's the fastest growing technology right now with access. Users love it because it's already using something that's in their phone, so it provides that convenience. And security teams love it because it aligns with their security protocols and creating that biometrics that already are included in their phones.
So Jamie, for attendees at ISC West, we have viewers at home. What's the key takeaway when it comes to modernizing credential technology?
I would say evaluate your credential security the same way you would your cyber security. At Schlage, we are committed to helping with encryption, interoperability, making your facilities mobile ready, but most importantly, protecting against modern threats. So if your system is decades old, it's time to have a conversation.
Jamie Perry, your Schlage.
Thank you.
Thank you.